Hi, fans of high-quality entertainment. Up next is my review and ranking for the Beach Boys' Sunflower. I do remember, I guess around the time this album came out, seeing it in the record stores, but I wasn't into the Beach Boys at that time. And, well, I did like their music, but not enough to be interested to buy the album. Not that I could afford it, I was just a kid. Yeah, I was about 10 years old. So Sunflower is one of the albums that I never heard for many, many, many years until I became a big fan of the Beach Boys. And so I'm not sure when I first heard this, but maybe 3 years ago or 2 years ago. And unlike Friends and some of the other Wild Honey, I think I liked this one right away. And today, I absolutely love Sunflower. And once again, a very nice album cover. They certainly did improve on their album covers after Pet Sounds, at least for a while. And I've got this box set, which contains the original Sunflower and Surf's Up albums, and lots of bonus materials. 5 CDs. By the way, I've mentioned this before, I think on my Paul McCartney series, but I am really having fun doing both of the album rankings for Paul McCartney on my other channel, The Larry Graves Show, and the Beach Boys on this channel. And I already loved both artists a lot, right? They're right up there. And just going through the, kind of similar to George Harrison, going through his albums in chronological order. It just makes me love both of the artists more with how they grew during their careers. And of course there were really good albums and then maybe not so good albums, up and down kind of a career. But still, it's interesting, and like I said, really enjoy doing these. So my buddy Janet Sampson, better known as Bob, he comments on almost all of my videos for many years. And I do understand what he says. First of all, the Beach Boys weren't cool, right? They weren't cool like the Beatles. They didn't have the personalities, at least for me and many others, of the Beach Boys. The Beatles were just much cooler. But I do understand the Beach Boys, I guess after the surfing records and all that, and California Girls, they really truly grew and they matured. And all of the Beach Boys, not just Brian Wilson, are just so talented, vocals, of course, and songwriting. And I just wish more people would understand that the Beach Boys put out fantastic music in the late 60s, early 70s, like this album Sunflower. You really need to check it out. So slip on through, great opening track. I love, like I said, I love all of the Beach Boys vocals. This Whole World, Add Some Music to Your Day is so uplifting, of course. Got to Know the Woman. Once again, Dennis Wilson really coming into his own with his vocals on some of these albums. Just so good. Deidre, is that how you pronounce it? By Bruce Johnston. It's interesting for Bruce's songs. I was reading a kind of recent interview about him, and he was saying that his songs didn't really fit on the Beach Boys albums. But of course, with the Beach Boys harmonies and all that were added to his songs, I don't know. It sounds like the Beach Boys to me. I think they do fit on their albums. Tears in the Morning is fantastic. It's About Time. If you don't think the Beach Boys can rock, check out the song It's About Time with Dennis Wilson doing the lead vocals. It's pretty heavy for the Beach Boys. It's awesome. All I want to do is mention that Mike Love's vocals on All I Want to Do are his best, I think probably his best vocals in the whole Beach Boys discography. And that song alone is so far ahead of its time because it's a genre called shoegaze that came, I guess, maybe in the 80s or was it the late 70s, but it's a genre. And a lot of people say that is the first shoegaze genre song, or one of the first. But it is just so good. But just remember, there's 2 songs by the Beach Boys called I Want to Do, All I Want to Do. So make sure it's the one from Sunflower. Forever by Dennis Wilson. Forget John Stamos. I guess he had a hit with it later on. But Dennis, his vocals on Forever, they're so sweet. Little, roughness, unlike the other Beach Boys, little roughness to his vocals. And it's just one of the great love songs. It's amazing. Our Sweet Love is, oh my God, the harmonies on that, just so beautiful. At My Window, and then Cool, Cool Water, which is over 5 minutes long. And by the way, this album, I wasn't sure, but this album is definitely longer than some of the previous ones, like Wild Honey and Friends. I think it's close to like 40 minutes. And so this is a real full album, not just 25 minutes long. And this is one of my favorite Beach Boys albums, one of my favorite albums ever. So it goes ahead of Smiley Smile, Wild Honey, 2020, Friends, into second place with a 10 out of 10. And yeah, I just love this album. I'm not sure. I know Surf's Up is next. And I love that album. And the Beach Boys Love You, that's another one of my favorites. So I don't know if Sunflower will stay in second place, but that's where it is at the moment. So I would love your thoughts on Sunflower in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Please remember to like the video. Goodbye.